Nobody knew how this year is going to be, right? That literally just tossed out a lot of the predictions we made. Well, it was for fun to start with anyway. So educated guess, yeah. After, if I could see the future, won't be here to talk about this conversation.
What if you could predict the future of fintech in Africa? What if actors like the central banks, the entrepreneurs, the investors, and customers all align in perfect synergy? These are merely wishful thoughts, but we spoke to a fintech expert and we learned one important thing. No one can predict the future. I guess I didn't need to speak with a fintech expert to get that, but yeah, I kind of did. And we brought in one of these experts in the Nigerian fintech space, Adedeji Olowe, the CEO of Lendsqr and board member in several popular Nigerian fintech companies that you know. And we asked some important questions. How did the fintech space fare in 2022? Did MTN come too late to the mobile money game? What's the next play from big tech companies like Facebook and Google? And of course, is there room for more people to come in? Olowe looks back at 2022 and points to some things to expect in the new year. And I would say enjoy.
What do you think is the root cause why the central banks of developing countries always hold a very strong hold on their currency? So there is a global currency we all use, US dollars, right? Every country invariably has an account that they use to trade with other countries, right? So just imagine the same way every bank has an account with the central bank. There is actually a global central bank, right? I think it's called the Bank of International Settlements, right? Now, when you want to import anything to the country, the person that is buying from you, irrespective of his own currency, probably wants to take US dollar from you because that's the only currency he knows that he can change with any other country as well. Now, the amount you have as a country, which is an aggregated amount of everybody in the country, is a function of what you guys have exported and sold. Now, what usually happens to countries that are developing that? In fact, one thing is common to developing countries. They don't generate enough things they sell. They usually import almost everything. Do you understand? Now, when you import more than what you produce, you will start having very few dollars to go around everybody. And what do you do when something is small? You ration it. So the rationing is what is causing the problem. If Nigeria start producing more things that is exporting right now, there'll be more dollars available for everybody. So what people don't understand is that people think it's a technology problem. It's not a technology problem. It's a macroeconomics problem. And those are the things that a lot of people in crypto and whatever don't understand, and they feel technology, if I create an African crypto, whatever, is going to solve the problem. It's not going to solve any problem. If you're not creating value, you've got absolutely no way out of the rut. Now, we don't need to do agriculture. So if you take a country like, say, India, they were exporting their brains. They become outsourcing companies like Tata and the rest of them. They start writing software. Now, from writing software for other people, some of them have started figuring out how to become global leaders by themselves. Like Paytime, like Freshworks, like Postman, like Zoho. These have become global companies that are doing very well because India figured out that even writing software for people wasn't enough. They could just start building those software by themselves. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if that happened, right? Nobody predicted that the winter was coming, right? And what caused it is a combination of factors precipitated by Russian invasion of Ukraine. If you recall very well, during the COVID period, the US government was trying to make sure everybody was fine. They released trillions of dollars as palliative. A lot of Americans and globally people find themselves with a lot of money. They were investing. Tech companies were building for people to be able to work remotely. There was so much cash sloshing all over the place. So valuation went through the roof. Everybody was doing out there. And of course, everybody thought this thing could come from. We felt it would tame down after a while, but nobody imagined it was going to be like a very bad car wreck. So globally, unicorns were dying all over the place. Hardly do you have anyone coming up. And when you come to Nigeria right now, I would say that, okay, despite all the madness that's happened, the one person who may be close to a unicorn, well, there's no formal valuation in that direction, maybe team-ups, for example. They've grown significantly. If this madness and this winter wasn't there, they'd probably be kissing being a unicorn by now. Now, I can't use my chest to say this is when the the winter will thaw out. But like if we look in history, this thing will be out of this thing maybe in a 12 to 18 months time. Basically, what I see will be a lot of startup will die because they don't have the discipline, they don't even have a good product to start with. The growth they had was created out of just setting fire to money, right? But after that, a lot of problem people are also solving real problems. A lot of companies are resilient. A lot of companies are disciplined. Real problems are being solved. And when that happens, you will see the emergence of very lean, disciplined, thought companies. Then I will see those growths coming back again. Back by the end of next year, I see people being back, things kind of shaping up again. I believe. Worst case scenario, it will go beyond 2024. I can't see the value proposition. Everything's all speculative. You're not solving real problems. But then, you know what? Sometimes people call me like one of those dinosaurs, right? So it's also a possibility that I'm not seeing the big picture. But from my own point of view, it seems more like a Ponzi scheme. So far, it's played out like a Ponzi scheme, but I still want myself to not to jump to an early conclusion to say, oh, crypto is dead. So many good technology as well sometimes starts in a very shady way, and then they kind of they evolve, and then they become more matured, and they become more relevant, and they solve real problems, and then become very adapted by everybody. So I would say, let's see how this goes, right? But from my own point of view, personally, I'm not being a fan of crypto. I've always thought crypto was, you know what, at best, a Ponzi scheme. That hasn't final. No, that hasn't. At this time, I think even giants are in retreat right now. Layoffs everywhere. Meta fired like 11,000 tech people. I wonder if we have up to 11,000 tech people in Nigeria to start with, right? So you have Twitter laying off, you have Amazon about to lay off, like Microsoft even laid off. So layoffs are everywhere. They will look around and then say, let's go to Africa. All the players right now are struggling, looking for growth. A dollar, if you're a foreign company, your dollar goes a longer way now than it used to be a couple of years ago. So you know what? I still strongly believe that a very strong, global player will come to Nigeria to play. I should be banned from having that prediction again. Of course, the foundation still makes sense to me, but you know what, guys, there is more to this than what I say. I still think acquisition could happen, like especially foreign people coming. Like I said, there is a lot of pressure on foreign guys to grow. Netflix has been down 75% this year. Facebook has been down like 75% this year. If these guys will find anywhere and anyhow to grow, they will grab it with all their mind. No, I don't think so. The size of the market that we haven't touched is so big, like we could almost approximate everything we've done to zero. We still don't have players. Like we have players, but the potentials are massive. We are talking about 200 million people here. We are talking about getting everybody to doing their transactions free. No, we haven't. I think at the minimum we'll probably have 100x more opportunities left. I'm not saying MTN will be the one that will dominate the space, but I just know fully well that this space is going to be like very, very big. I know it sounds very it sounds very stupid to ask for to be asking CBN to regulate pricing when in actual fact it's supposed to be a free enterprise. But look, there's a bigger picture to this. I've been on that campaign waiting to CBN before. We just think this should be free. It just makes a lot of sense. It's almost there right now, but it's far from it. Now, literally everything you are doing with government, NI is required. You don't even ask for BV anymore. Passport, to register a new company. The only problem one of the challenges that NI has had, number one is that it's expensive. So most people trying to use it find out that it's expensive to use. Operators are charging between 50 to 70 naira to have access to that data, which makes it super unreasonable. That's one. Then number two is that it doesn't really connect to anything. So I have an NIN, then so what? Okay, this is your face, then so what? He only knows it is you. It doesn't come with consequences. If I have an NIN, I can still bring you fake accounts. This is where BVN is still superior. It's growing. We see a lot of lenders raise money. Banks are actually getting involved with this. FCMB is being on this. Access is big. Sterling Bank is getting to this very big as well. And they know this, but then it hasn't gotten to the level we thought it would get to. That's the truth, right? It's still yet to get to the critical mass. And one of the biggest challenge, which is one of the problems that Lendsqr is solving, is there has to be this consequences. There has to be enough data for lenders to be able to make decisions, and they're sure they get their money back. It hasn't fared that well because so we worked with CBN last year, myself and tons of people from the industry. We finished the draft guideline, and that was around October last year. The central bank brought it out as a draft, exposure draft this year, and then that hasn't happened. It will happen anytime soon, but I don't work at the CBN. The CBN have their own formula for doing stuff, so sometimes all you could just do is just chill and just wait and see how it goes.
I'm sure you had an interesting time with that conversation. Olowe has actually made his full predictions for the year 2023, and you can find the link to the article in the description. As for Tech Point, we'll be delving deeper into fintech in 2023, and well, I'm not going to give any spoilers right now, but I'll just say sit back and watch things explode. See you in the next one.